Hello everyone, so I never really did a proper intro to this vlog, so this is the part 2 of my Contempoaryathon vlog. I'm gonna link the first one down below and pop it up on the screen if you want to see that first. And yeah, I read a ton of amazing books in this video. Definitely keep watching to see some really amazing books. I actually just realized all books in this video are 5-star reads, so yeah. I'm not gonna ramble for too long, just enjoy this vlog, and yeah. Hello everyone, I have not done any reading and it's gonna be noon soon, but I did listen to Sick Kids in Love a bit more, and I'm only 5% into the book, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I have a feeling that it's gonna be a really great book, but not much has happened yet. So we shall see. I have like half an hour before I have to leave, so I want to read at least a little bit of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, and then when I'm on the bus, I want to listen to more of Sick Kids in Love, which could give me at least like an hour of listening, so I could get through a decent chunk of Sick Kids in Love today. Hi everyone, it's time for an update. So it is now 7 p.m. I just got home and I have made quite a lot of progress with Sick Kids in Love, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm 30% into the book. I really like it. I love the two main characters. The main girl, her name is Isabel. She has like a group of friends, and I don't love the friends. Like there were a few moments when I just didn't really vibe with them and like what they said, but like I love the two main characters and I really like their relationship so far. So I don't remember how much I said about the plot, so I feel like I didn't do the best job at describing the plot, so I just wanted to jump in to say it a bit more clearly. So both of the main characters are Jewish and chronically ill, which is both own voices, and they often have appointments at the hospital, so they meet at the hospital, they run into each other, and things just kind of go on from there with the two of them. They start hanging out, and the main character, Isabel, she actually has this rule of like just not dating. She doesn't want to date, and one of the reasons is that she actually has this column in her school newspaper where she asks strangers a random question every week. Her brand for that is kind of that she's sick and single. She doesn't want to like change that for the purpose of that. And I actually really like the column. So in every chapter there are like a few answers. I think it's interesting, it's nice, it doesn't bother me, it's nothing like that exciting, but I like it, it's different. And also, one thing that I love about the book is that it's set in New York, and the city is quite a big part of it. It's a big part of the questions that she asks, so then the people like talk about their favorite place in New York or their favorite subway line or whatever, and I love that. So I'm just really enjoying this book. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll update you soon. Hello everyone, so I look kind of rough, but it's time for a reading update. It is Friday afternoon and I finished reading my third book of the week, which was Sick Kids in Love by Hannah Moskowitz, and I really enjoyed this. The story felt really raw and super real and honest, and both the characters were flawed but lovable, and I actually like the maybe like 90% or 80% mark of the book. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give it 4 or 5 stars because the main character Isabel, she said some things and did some things that kind of like drove me a little bit crazy, but you know, then she actually like realized in which ways she was wrong and just like grew as a person and realized things and everything. And I'm not sure if I'm explaining this well, but I just felt like both of the characters grew and changed, but like they still remained true to who they are, and it was just a really beautiful story. And I've never read a book where the main characters have a chronic illness. It's an amazing book and I really enjoyed it, but it's like 4 p.m. right now and like I said, tomorrow my friend is coming over, so tonight is like the last chance I have to read and film. So I decided to change my plan a little bit. And I want to read Helium by Rudy Francisco. I'm not completely sure if that actually like could count as contemporary because it's poetry, and I'm like, I don't know. But it works for all of the challenges. It's green, it's diverse, it's written by a Black author. I think it could be considered as hard-hitting as well, because I think the second half of the book, from what I heard, kind of gets more political and like more deep and stuff. And it's also technically kind of a beloved book of the community. I only heard Janine from The Story Ain't Over talk about it, but she loved it. I think she read it last month and she gave it 5 stars and she really enjoyed it. So it kind of works for that, and it's an illustrated cover, and it's a new to me author, and okay, it doesn't work for the backlist, I think, but I already read books for that, so I want to read that. It is super short. I already started it. I have like 80 pages left, so I can read that super quickly, especially because it's poetry as well. So yeah, I definitely want to at least start another novel today. But I just thought that this could be like a nice quick book to get through and maybe tell you about if it's great, that, you know, since not many people have talked about it, it could like be a nice recommendation. And yeah, so I think I'm actually gonna like go watch stuff and chill and do other things than reading as well, but I'll update you soon. I am halfway through Helium by Ruby Francisco and I'm really enjoying it. From what Janine said, the first half is kind of more about like his personal struggles and heartbreak and things like that, and the second half should get more political. Also, I forgot to like give a shout out to her. So I absolutely love Janine. I think she's amazing. I love her videos. And just like all the girls hosting this readathon, I'm gonna have her channel linked down below. Definitely check her out. And yeah, so I love the writing of the poems. Like, it's really unique, but I don't completely know how to describe in what way exactly. But I have read quite a lot of poetry books by now, and I feel like there are 2 kinds generally. Which is the which is the one that is really simple words, super straightforward, not very actually like poetic, not very descriptive. There aren't that many metaphors and stuff. So like Amanda Lovelace, a Rupi Kaur, you know, that type of a style. And then there's the second one that's much more descriptive, plays around with the language more, uses more metaphors. It's more poetic, and that is the case here, but there's something about the style that is really unique. I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it properly, but I'm just enjoying it so much, and I'm excited to read the rest of it. And yeah, I also downloaded a comic book, so I might get to that today. We'll see, but I will talk about that once I finish reading this book. So yeah, it's time for an update. I finished reading Helium and I am giving it 5 stars. My hair looks so long when it's straight. I'm like, what is this? I really loved it. There were, especially in the second half, like I said, it's more political, more about the world and not only like his individual, you know, journey and experiences. And so the second part especially, some of the poems gave me chills and I was like, holy shit. And again, the way it's written is amazing. It's beautiful, it's really, really well written, and I just loved it. Plus, it's only 96 pages, so it's super short and just amazing. So, it's quite late, and I'm getting kind of tired, so I would really love to finish at least one more thing, and I had this big revelation that I'm just like, I'm so, like, wow, I'm so ridiculous. So, I recently started reading comic books, but it didn't cross my mind that I could actually have like an electronic version of that and get an ebook of a comic book. I didn't realize that really, because especially also because I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but my Kindle is black and white. And so I was like, that would just not be great. But now I realized I have the Kindle app on my phone, which I prefer, like normal books on my Kindle obviously, but on my phone a comic book would work just fine. Obviously a physical copy will always be better, but I bought Fence by C.S. Passat. I hope I said that right. And I don't really know much about it. It's about fencing, shocker. I've never read anything like that really. I'm still a newbie to comic books, but it wasn't really that expensive. A lot of the other comic books were kind of more expensive. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I was really feeling like reading something just, easy to process and everything so that I can read it now. I don't know if I'm gonna start another novel, because like I mentioned that earlier, I have many options, but I don't really know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but it's fine. But I'm gonna go read this now. And yeah, I mean, I only read a few pages so far, so like I can't really say much, but I like the art style and it seems promising, and like I'm already having the feeling like I'm interested and like I want to know what this is gonna be about. So yeah. Oh my god, I haven't really made that much progress, but there was like this moment when like a short tiny flashback to when the main character was a little boy, and it was just so cute. Like it was yeah, he's just so adorable, and my heart was just like I just want to hug him, because he was trying to get like fencing lessons and they didn't want, but he didn't have money for it, and I was just like but it's all good. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be at a fencing competition. Also, one little thing, I don't read sport things, anything like that. Sorry about the screen, that's better. I don't read any sport things. I only recently read my first ever like sports romance, like adult romance, and I've never really read anything like that. But recently I also watched the show Spinning Out, which is about a figure skater. Is that the name? I think so. Oh my god. Yeah, and that was really cool. I love watching ice skating, and I think that's like so beautiful. And now this is about fencing, and I've never read anything like this, and I just love reading books about like people or something that I've like never read anything about. I don't know how I just said that sentence. I hope it made sense. It just makes me really happy. Like I just love getting to know about different things in the world, different kinds of people, different kinds of experiences. And yeah, I don't want to rant about that for too long, but I'm gonna get back to reading. I just read Fence, the first volume. I think it has 3. Yeah, I think it has 3. And I'm so invested. And it was too quick. And I'm like, I feel like it's the case with all the comic book series that I have read so far, which isn't many, but it's kind of more unfinished every time because of how like the volumes work, and they're usually shorter and there are like more volumes than there would be volumes of like books or whatever. And so this is definitely not unfinished. So basically, the main character, Nicholas, comes to this boarding school and there's like a fencing competition. First they have matches to get on the team, and then later on they will compete in like an official competition. And so the first volume is just kind of about, you know, it introduces the characters obviously, and it's just kind of like the beginning of everything. And at the end of it, you don't know even the results of like the matches and who will be on the team. So I'm like, major cliffhanger. I need to know what happens next. So a part of me is like, should I really buy all the volumes right now? But at the same time, I don't know if I can resist. And I can't believe like I read this so quickly. Like, that's what fascinates me about comic books, because like I am so used to reading full-length novels, right? And yes, I got into poetry like 2 years ago, so that obviously is really quick, but it's not the same because it usually doesn't just tell like one whole story. And so comic books fascinate me because they tell an entire story and they like flesh out characters and they do everything that novels do, but in such a short amount of time, and like it's so easy to process and it's so quick, and I'm just like, holy shit. So please please, if you have any comic book recommendations, any favorites, please leave them down below, because I am just a total newbie and I'm really interested in like the genre. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go read the second volume. I was thinking that I could start another novel like I told you, but now that I like started this, I don't want to start reading anything else. Plus, I don't think I could finish a whole book. I enjoyed this so much, and I even like the sport part of it. I wouldn't expect to, but like it's really fun to read about, and I just love it. Hello. I'm 50% into the second volume, and I don't know what it is about this that makes it so addictive. Like, I'm so invested in it already. Maybe a part of that is that it's like a competition and you're rooting for the main character and you want him to win and succeed and everything, and so it's like you're just like waiting to see, and it's just, you know, it's like the feeling just like of rooting for that person and being nervous that like they might lose and everything, and it's just like so many feelings and you need to know how it ends. And I think that's maybe a part of why it's so addictive. And it's also that like all the characters seem really fun and really great, and I really like them. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading. We'll probably update you once I'm done with volume 2. But I'm so happy that like I ran into it. I finished both the second and the third volume. I just flew through it. I was so invested in it, and it was just super addictive. I don't really have anything new to say. Just wanted to say that there's actually no romance in it. There's like a promise of romance and some like hints and stuff like that, and friendships obviously, but there's no actual romance happening yet. And everything's kind of like slow, and it's not completely satisfying because it takes a long time and the volumes are quite short. You have to wait for a long time for the things that you want to happen, for like, you know, the relationships to evolve and everything. But I still think I'll give all of them 5 stars. I sadly don't have time to film anything more because I need to go to sleep. But the Contempoaryathon was absolutely amazing. If you didn't see my first episode, I'm gonna link it down below and pop it up on the screen. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'm gonna see you soon with another video. Bye!